Okay, so I'm back for a second league today. Made a few small changes to get back closer to my original list. I added one more Lotus Petal, and I added a Leyline of Sanctity to the main deck as well, and I cut a Doomwake Giant. Like the one of Leyline actually did a lot of work earlier. So, oh yeah, and the main deck Enlightened Tutor. So I cut a land for the Petal, I cut another Commune with the Gods for the Enlightened Tutor, and I cut a Doomwake Giant for a Leyline of Sanctity. And due to having only 3 more Leylines in the sideboard, I could add the Seal of Primordium again, against some decks like Eldrazi or Death and Taxes. Wounded Arrow would like to play first, yes. This hand is actually keepable. It has like one of the combo pieces, it has mana and some protection against annoying permanents. Therapy me, sure. Let's see what he names. Or go through an Enchantress. Okay, so he hasn't seen my new deck list yet, clearly. Let's see, I think I played against this guy before, but maybe not with this deck. I'm gonna check. I think I played against him with green blue. Nope, neither. Okay, sure. Thought he was in one of my documents. Because I might want to play around Wasteland by playing out a basic. Yeah, I think that's the safest thing. But if he would not be on a Wasteland deck, I might as well play the Serra Sanctum so I could cycle the cast out in off turn. Like if he would be on Storm or something like that. Because it would get me one card closer to the main deck Leyline of Sanctity. So for now I'm going to assume he's on Storm. I'm going to be digging for the Leyline here. Like Storm being very popular on Magic Online is one of the main reasons to have like that the main deck Leyline is really a good idea. Okay, he's not on Storm. I assume it's Grixis Delver, and can put that one back. And do I just go for it here? The Parallax Wave? No, I think I put it on top. And might run into a Wasteland, but I need to play around Daze here. Like if he has a force, he's definitely forcing this, and that means like before force checking I didn't want to expose my Parallax Wave yet. Oh, I could Oblivion Ring his Death Rite here. Like I didn't see this was making 3 mana. Should definitely have done that. I might have evoked a Daze if he has a Daze, and otherwise I still get to draw a card. And now we get wasted. Definitely gonna cycle this here to get one card deeper and hope to find more white mana. Yeah, I should always recheck the amount of white mana Serra Sanctum makes after my spell resolves. Because our hand would have been the same, like we would have drawn this card, and we would have had a cast out in our hand instead of the Oblivion Ring. But either we would have dealt with his Deathrite Shaman or taken a counterspell out of his hand. So we'd be slightly better off. Like, it might not punish us, but like, it's legacy, and like every percent that you lose because of making a mistake is a big deal, and that's what usually costs you the game. Yeah, and he wouldn't have been able, yeah, like this, he wouldn't have been able to flashback therapy if I would have been able to Oblivion Ring it, for example. It takes Oblivion Ring. I think this is a Gurmak Angler, and he didn't want me to. He didn't want me to be able to Oblivion Ring his Angler. Sure. Yes. Oh, more Serra Sanctum. Always happy with that. I'll put Presence last, and then Serra Sanctum, and I'll draw the Serra Sanctum by playing out my Utopia Sprawl. I could play it on black here, but I think I'm gonna be safe and put it on. Oh, I should have put Enchantress Presence next, and I could cast Enchantress Presence. But then, yeah, then my Parallax Wave could have gotten dazed, so maybe this is smarter. Does opponent concede? Okay, they do concede. Let's see, Grixis. If he's on Angler instead of True Names, either I don't sideboard or I board. Like I've done before, like the one that was on Thoughtscore and Gurmak Angler, I board the Leyline of the Voids, but I think for now I first want to check out what his deck is actually on, because we didn't see any Lightning Bolts or Volcanic Islands. So it might actually be Bug Delver for all we know, like, or even just 2 colors. We'd only. Again, this hand does nothing. This hand might do something. And because he's on discard, I'm gonna Lethal Replenish on top. I think I'm putting this on white here, because then I can fetch a basic here and I'm guaranteed to have double white for my Opalescence if it's necessary. Of course, he could just therapy my Opalescence here and it wouldn't matter, but having double, like, this will get us a second green anyway, and I think having white mana is more important in this deck. Like, there are more cards that have double white than there are cards that have double green, like, because there are 0 cards with double green. Therapy me, oh yeah, they probed me, so they're gonna hit for sure. Fortunately, they didn't surgical me yet. So I'm gonna play the Wild Growth first. Do I? No, I think I want to use this to draw an extra card next turn. If this resolves, which is very unlikely. But I was not counting on this resolving, which meant that playing out the Wild Growth would let me play around Daze next turn, because I would have 5 mana to replenish. Snapcaster Probe, and then sacrifice it to Therapy. That's strong. Except he already knows all the cards in our hand, so... maybe having Snapcaster and Gurmag and the threat and Therapy means Leyline of the Void or Rest in Peace could be okay here. Therapy me? Nope. Delver me. Alright. Probably taking Replenish. Oh, Wild Growth. That means he has a solution for my Replenish. And he just doesn't want me to draw an extra card here. So I'm not gonna play into a Daze. There's no reason to, like, I'm not under a lot of pressure yet. Okay, Delver will flip. I'll take actually 7 damage a turn, but I can wait. I can still wait a turn. Flips to Ponder. But as long as he uses his Deathright for mana. Oh, so he's Grixis. That's interesting. He just never wants to fetch. Just never wants to fetch Volcanics for a reason. Maybe he doesn't have the counter for the replenish because like he could have Force plus blue card, but then playing the Ponder was very risky. Surgical the Opalescence. Okay. That's surgical. Probably losing here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll be at 1 life if he doesn't have a bolt. Oh yeah, he makes another token and we're dead. Right, it's 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So he did have the day, so we were correct to play around it. Probably just pondered, found the surgical. Let's see, we would have found cast out, would have cast it, have drawn a card, and it wouldn't have made a difference. So either of these plans makes sense, like Engineered Plague or the Helm Reap combo. Maybe because of Angler I don't want the Plagues, but I might want... Since he's bringing in Surgical, I probably want to cut the Replenish and be more like have an alternative win condition here. Oops, misclick. Cut the Crewfix inside so I don't accidentally mill my helm. And probably cut an Oblivion Ring. Like, it could potentially take a thing. Yeah, like his Death Rights that we didn't take. But at least Cast Out can cycle and has better usability. I'm gonna keep this. It would have been better with the ramp spell, but the ley line should I don't want to mulligan a ley line if I'm gonna be on the ley line backup plan. Silver, sure. I think I want to cycle here. I'm very far from having 4 mana to cast it. Did I board my both? No, I only boarded that one replenish. Sure. And spending a 4 mana spell to deal with a Delver is kind of mediocre anyway. Opponent pros me, sure. Then therapies me, and I lose everything? No, I don't. This is actually an interesting situation. If I had not fetched the basic planes, I would have been able to enchant this, like for example forest. It would then make 2 mana and my Serra Sanctum would make 2, so I'd have 4 and I would be able to play Enchantress Presence around the days. I'm gonna assume he keeps in dazes even on the draw. So I think I just take it slow here. Put this on black. And this probably flips to a force or something that we don't want to see. Oh, did not. True name, sure. That would have been another reason to bring in Engineered Plague, but I don't think we could have foreseen that. We still have Doomwake Giant. That's like our only way to deal with a true name, or Helm of Obedience. Okay, how does Utopia's Sprawl change the math? Let's see, we start. It means I probably don't want to play out my my Serra Sanctum yet. Probably just playing Enchantress Presence and Utopia Sprawl. Force Beach Fluster Storm. Gonna put this one here as well. So next turn I'll have more mana. In case I draw a Parallax Wave, I might be able to cast both of those. See, I have one on black. I don't have double white through like a triple wasteland or so, or double wasteland. So I'll put it on white to be sure. He reveals another Delver. It's funny, but he's gonna show it to me anyway. Draw step surgical me. I wouldn't mind if he surgicals me here. Like none of those cards are important in my graveyard right now. Probably gonna play Opalescence and Leyline. Oh, I don't have a second black. I'm probably not gonna. Yeah, maybe I should have named black on the second one so I could hardcast Leylines, just to have more 4/4 creatures in play. Surgical, paying life, targets Enchantress Presence. Yeah, opponents seem to be really opponents like today, like this video, the previous video, seem really keen on surgical ink stuff. Which, to be fair, does make sense since we're kind of a combo deck. Could have Spell Pierce plus Daze, which would be suck for our Opalescence. But I think I don't play around Spell Pierce and Daze, and just don't expose my Serra Sanctum yet. I might want it later in the game. See, I attack 3 times, he's dead. He attacks less, but these Delvers might flip, so I feel like I'm just gonna try to aggro him. Flips to a Gurmak Angler. Okay, Leyline to the rescue. Let's see, if he attacks here, I could draw another thing that animates my stuff and kill him. So yeah, he keeps back a blocker, which is a sane choice. Now if I would have kept this as a blocker I would be at 8, but I'm gonna die to a Flip Delver regardless. So let's see, I keep these 2 as blockers, and I hope he doesn't have a Bolt or doesn't flip his Delvers. It reveals another Delver, sure. Okay, that gives us 1 more turn to find something with the Sylvan Library. Which needs to be like Doomake Giant or Helm of Obedience. Those are the only things that do anything that prevent me from dying to this true name. Let's see, always yield. Rest in Peace does nothing. Rising Canopy does nothing. So we are basically dead here. That's unfortunate. Let's see what would have been the next card. If he would have had 1 more turn. Helm of Obedience. Oh lord. I mean, I don't even believe, I don't know why I say oh lord. But not going well at all. Went from 4-0 against Grixis to 4-3. One that I would like to play first. Yes. This hand has mana. I'm gonna keep it and just hope to draw one of my combo pieces. And I'm gonna start with a Sprawl on white. In case my opponent is a Blood Moon deck, this way I'll have double white for sure. Like if he goes turn 1 Blood Moon, I'll have my plains and this one to make all the white mana we ever need. But he's on Dredge. You should be able to beat Dredge with 4 Leyline of the Voids and Rest in Peace. Sure, do your thing. So, Dredge, how are we doing? Oh, we won our only game against Dredge. Winning the first one is really hard though. Do you have any way to beat them here? Like, they still have 6 mana floating and have double Fateless Looting in their graveyard. They basically draw their whole deck and win. Because there is no 3 mana card we could draw here. Well, Living Ring does nothing. Let's go to the sideboard plan of maybe playing against Icorids, but I don't think it's that great actually. So, like, Doomwake Giant could be okay because it could also give -2/-2 to all his creatures. And you're on the Helm of Obedience, so we get Crewfix inside. I probably shouldn't have got my Crewfix Insight last game, because if the ley lines had been Crewfix Insights, we would have been able to dig deeper for solutions. Even though he would have had his Gormak Angler and like 1 Snapcaster, but that wouldn't have made the big difference, I think. So, do I care about Cast Out and Replenish? Probably not Cast Out. Like, the cycling, only for cycling it's kind of weak, and actually you do sometimes board in Serenity, so some of these could be okay. Replenish would also be okay against Serenity. I'll leave in 1, maybe leave in 1 Cast Out to deal with problematic things. I'll cut. Probably I'm not into drawing slowly. I'm probably into like just playing Leyline into Symbol Library and dig for the combo. This hand, very good. It has Leyline, it has a double Leyline into Symbol Library even. And if they have Nature's Claim for my Leyline of the Void, I just rest in peace them. They could end of turn Nature's Claim kill this, or they could even do this now. Oh, wear tear me, sure. So that's, I should definitely start with Rest in Peace before playing Symbol Library, even if they didn't do this now, because they could have done this end of turn. Gonna cast my Wild Growth first. If they have a second Wear Tear, we are probably in trouble here. I think I need to play my Utopia Sprawl here on... I think I'm gonna put it on black, like in case I draw... Like Symbol Library could find me a black source and another Leyline. Or it could find me Helm of Obedience without a mana source, in which case I would want these 5 mana available. Putrid Imp, sure. You want to attack with an army of with a 1/1 for 20 turns, I should probably be able to beat him. Don't need any of those, or do I? If I fetch, oh yeah, I have a Scrubland in my deck, so I can get both a second white and a second black. So yeah, I don't need the Serra Sanctum to provide me more white mana in case I fetch the Bayou there. No reason not to fetch an F6 here. Get my Scrubland. Parallax Wave, very good. Opalescence, also good. He probably doesn't have creature removal, so I might just play Opalescence and start attacking here, right? Put that one back. I could end of turn kill my thing and then start going crazy. I think it doesn't kill me in one turn, so I don't think I need the Parallax Wave here. Oops. If I would have drawn the Serra Sanctum, I would actually have been able to play both here. So let's see, tap for white. And attack for 8. So they are on wear tear, which means replenished gains some value. Probably more than cast out. Yeah, these skills, their things, I probably still want to be able to do that. Double ley line and we get to turn 1 Enlightened Tutor for Rest in Peace. So I think that's worth it. They could have a very quick turn 2 craziness, or like even turn 1. But I think we need to remember to play the white source. I think you can't mulligan a turn 2 Rest in Peace that can't be discarded. Opponent does not go for anything here. That's interesting. Yeah, but like we don't have a choice. We have to go for this anyway, even if they're playing it slowly. Like they could break through here, but then like their whole hand is gone and they die to Rest in Peace. So maybe they don't dare to break through. Like if they tap this for blue mana, that would seem to indicate a breakthrough. Let's see, Rest in Peace, yes, that's the one I want. I definitely start with Utopia Sprawl. Do I put it on black here? Or on white? Probably on white. Because then any land I draw allows me to attack for 8. Maybe I probably want a clock in this matchup. Oh yeah, so for white. And he's probably gonna end of turn wear tear this and then untap and do his thing. And it's kind of sad that Rest in Peace exiles itself because it watches itself die, and so the effect of going to the exile zone still applies. So you can't replenish a Rest in Peace. Otherwise, I wouldn't mind them playing wear tear here. Yeah, they're going for the wear tear. Because then next turn, if I drew a land, I could just get it back. Therapy himself, sure. Names Narcomoeba. Why does he want Narcomoebas in his graveyard? Oh, probably just to show that he's really got nothing going on. He does have breakthrough. Oh yeah, so yeah, he did have the breakthrough play that we foresaw. So he took the Narcomoeba. That's all he has. I mean, Therapy is a dead card anyway, so you might as well just play it for fun. Okay, so he's going for the breakthrough, assumedly. And if the four cards he draws do not contain a dredger, we're in a very good spot, because then he can't do anything for the rest of the game ever. He's going for black here. So he's still therapying himself. Not going for breakthrough. Oh yeah, he has a Stinkweed Imp. Okay, sure. Oh yeah, and then he can now break through and actually dredge his thing. Yeah, that's obviously a better play. So he gets one Narcomoeba. But let's see what's gonna be the problem here. He has a 2 bridge from below, so he can sacrifice this thing to a therapy, get 2 zombie tokens. But then after that, he hasn't really much to do, I think. So we need to draw land and be really quick here. And play this Opalescence. Preferably Lanta makes black, so we could play our ley lines if we ever draw it. Okay, did not mean that ley line. I think we're losing this game here. Like them getting a Stinkweed Imp and like probably triple Golgari Great Troll. Like he did get a lot of Great Trolls, and he dredged really a lot with the draw 4. It was well played by our opponent by not playing the breakthrough yet. Maybe I could have sat on the rest in peace until he cracked something. It was probably safer to... Oh yeah, actually we're just dead here. Okay. GG, we did not deserve to win this. Like they did everything correct. We could have drawn better and have a chance, but kind of sucks. So always having opening hand with graveyard hate and still losing to dredge. And there's nothing. And there's nothing. And there's nothing. Actually, it still doesn't do anything. I'm gonna keep this. Put it on the bottom. And I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do the same as in the first round. I'm gonna see what my opponent is playing. And then just concede. And hope he doesn't probe us, because then he will know. If he's on show and tell, he could show and tell into Emrakul. We drop our simple library and we could find the Caracas with it, which would be funny. Like, all these volcanics make me think he could be blue-red Delver, but probably show and tell. Yeah, the deck has really been performing horribly since I made a 5-0. We were playing 21 lands, so all this not drawing any lands is just ridiculous. Okay, so he's on show and tell. Sure. He's cantripped so much that I'm gonna assume he has something more than just show and tell Emrakul, so I'm not gonna drop my civil library, because it's even finding a Caracas is not gonna be enough anymore. Sneak attack, sure. Doesn't he have anything? Or doesn't he wanna put anything into play just to have one more turn to see what I'm playing? It's very strange. Opponent wants to watch me go to discard, so he gets some information on my deck. Seal of Primordium is okay against sneak attack. We probably want a tutor. Eidolon is okay against Omniscience, and like against some other lines. We could bring in Leyline Helm, just like you can have opening hand Leyline of the Void. You play show and tell, you drop Helm of Obedience. Though it could be cute, so I'll consider it if I have nothing else going on. Doomwake is bad. All of these are good. Probably replenish a bit unnecessary. So do I have 6 spots for this combo? Definitely don't cut Parallax Wave, because it's a way to deal with these fatties. So yeah, I could cut the Crewfix Insights for part of the combo, and then one more. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I think I'm gonna do it because it could give us a free win. So yeah, I cut the replenishes, and actually maybe cut the fertile ground. Maybe the Enchantress presence is still better. Maybe I'm overboarding the Helm of Obedience combo too much, and that's why we're losing. Do you like to play first? Probably. This hand does nothing against Sneaky Show. This hand, I guess. I'm gonna put this on top in case the first one gets countered. Oh, actually this one has a Parallax Wave, so if they show and tell, we could drop the Parallax Wave and exile the creature he puts into play. And it even works against Omniscience into Emrakul. Like they do get an extra turn, but you exile their Emrakul and they can't recast it, unlike with Caracas. Let's see, so we're playing against... Do we have Sneaky Show yet? We don't have Sneaky Show yet. I'm gonna hedge a little bit against Blood Moon here. Like, against an unknown deck, they might have brought in Blood Moon just because they don't know what they were playing against. Nice show and tell opponent. He's gonna draw a lot of cards, but he's not gonna have a Grizzlebrand, so... Opponent is clearly reading my card. Do I exile this here? Actually, no, I don't. I'm gonna wait. Maybe I draw a Caracas here. Or Opalescence. Yeah, I did draw an Opalescence, so we put that one back, very bad. Put that one back. No reason to pay extra life, right? Yeah. And he could have a counter spell, but I'm just going for it. Okay, now I'm exiling this in response because he hasn't seen his 7 cards yet, so he doesn't know if he needs to pay more or not. And maybe this getting countered would be a reason to leave in a replenish. But we might just dig for a second one anyway. Actually, if he does not force this, he just dies to getting attacked for 6 damage here. He did not... What the hell? This is very strange. I can't imagine drawing 14 cards and not a force plus blue card. But yeah, definitely fun. Fun way to win. So, on the draw, do we keep the Leyline Helm plan, or is it just too silly? Sphere of Resistance could be an option. Yeah, actually we don't win this game by being fair. I think we need to be equally unfair as they are. Yeah, we have Rest in Peace, so we could draw Helm of Obedience, and we have Parallax Wave. This is a reasonable keep. And again, we should be hedging against Blood Moon by fetching a basic forest first. Maybe I should have played Bayou into Wild Growth, because I don't play Wasteland, and I could still fetch a basic Plains. With that, to play around the same Blood Moon. So here I'm gonna play Serra Sanctum, put the Wild Growth on it, then play Rest in Peace. Probably. Then if I show and tell, I draw the Parallax Wave, but then I'll have enough mana to play Starfield of Nyx afterwards. Let's see, I have 3 mana here. Now I'll have... Actually I have 4 mana. Do I play the Parallax Wave here? It forces a counterspell. And I have a second one in hand. So if you play Show and Tell, I can just drop the Starfield of Nyx. And I'll have the combo up. I think that this was worth, like having the Starfield of Nyx in hand made it worth casting the first one. Like we can't cheese him with the rest, with Helm of Obedience, Rest in Peace anyway, until we draw it, until we draw the Helm. This won't be turned on yet though, because we need 5 enchantments, so if we drop this, not everything like this doesn't become a creature yet, but then we just need to resolve our Rest in Peace the turn after. And if he counters a Rest in Peace, I won't be too sad. Like, that's not something they usually want to waste a counter spell on. Opponent Show and Tells. I drop my Starfield. Opponent has Grizzlebrand. He's gonna draw some cards. They already played a land, right? Yeah, so they can't play a land. They could petal into something. So I'll lead with Rest in Peace here to turn on the Infinite Exile combo. And if this gets countered, yeah, it doesn't. So now I can play the second Parallax Wave, because then I only need to blink the... then I can blink this one to exile the Grizzlebrand, and I can still attack with... the first one. Or do I just exile it this way? I probably just exile it this way, so he can't draw 7 more cards. I think I give him back his Grizzlebrand, and then I'll permanently exile it. Like, he can't draw more cards anyway. Wait, do I... Yeah, now I keep priority, I exile this permanently, and I should get back both of my Parallax Waves, and this should disappear forever. I don't know what my opponent could have here to win the game, because Echoing Truth... He could Echoing Truth my Starfield and then counter it. Because Echoing Truthing the Parallax Wave, I just flicker the one that he targets and it will fizzle. Opponent and has a lot of things. Four mana, is it Jace? Or okay, or 3 mana. Sneak attack, sure. Our opponent is so cute. They might think Emrakul is gonna do anything. Oh, I let him go to combat. That's a mistake, because now I need to sacrifice stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can sacrifice a bunch of things, and still we need to keep all of those. Okay, anyway, I think I can afford to sacrifice my lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rest in peace. Oh, I won't have... It won't be a creature anymore. So I need 2 more enchantments here. That's going to be really, really difficult. So, beginning of combat step. Don't think it matters, but... Okay, Blood Moon, sure. Now I need to draw a basic. So I was definitely correct to play around. Blood Moon originally. But unfortunately, we didn't draw our green source. This, like in paper, this would never happen. You just tell them you do this thing before combat, and okay, this is good, but they probably force it. Oh yeah, then we get to return it with the Starfield. In our upkeep, and we still get to draw the cards. That's good. But we're gonna lose these very soon. We could draw a Wild Growth here, right? Or Utopia Sprawl. Put that one on top. Don't think we pay life though. Like, I don't see a real reason. If opponent doesn't counter this, we win the game. We should win the game. Actually, no, we can't deal him damage yet because we need to... Oh yeah, no, I exile itself here, so I can keep one attacking by blinking this first. And then it will return with 5 counters, and we can use this one. Oh, it's no longer a creature, so it's no longer attacking. Yeah, okay, opponent buys himself a turn. Or is he still attacking? I don't think... That's like a very strange rule question. To know, like, is this still an attacking enchantment if it stops being a creature? Or is it just being tapped? It's just being tapped, okay. Crap! It stopped being an enchantment, I'm so stupid. I wanted to reset it, but that just doesn't work. I should use it to blink itself. Okay, I'm really messing up this game. Again, there was no reason to do this. Let's see, put this one on top. Probably pay 4 here. Like if they have 3 creatures here, I have to exile. No, if they have 4 creatures here, they win, right? Because they get to keep one of them. At least if this, we get our other Parallax Wave back as soon as this stops having counters on it. Because then we can Starfield of Nix it. Use Steel Library's ability, yes. Ooh, that's reasonable. Put on top. Pay for life. Again, opponent could force this, and if he forces this, we might lose again. Maybe maybe he knows about the line. Oh, actually, next turn we get to, even if he counters this, we get to reanimate it with the Starfield. I'm messing up so much. That's disheartening. So Starfield, reanimate Utopia Sprawl. But I give my opponent like 5 more turns than was necessary. Okay, they're gonna let me on top, which should be good. Like only if they sneak like 3 creatures this turn, we would have been in a lot of trouble. Choose white, attach to that forest. Caracas does nothing. If I cast another Parallax Wave, I can use it to deal with like surprise blockers. If I play Opalescence, I can also attack with the Starfield of Nyx, and I'm less weak to him having Echoing Truth against the Starfield. So, So Opalescence is good against Echoing Truth. He could still Echoing Truth this. Oh no, he doesn't have blue mana open, so that means I just play the Parallax Wave, I think. The opponent. I already exiled 3 of his creatures, that's a good thing. Sneaks in something. Okay, the thing is gone. Okay. Phew, we won the game, but that went very difficult. Let's go into the toilet and I'll be back for the 4th round. Round 4. Let's see what we face. We finally won again. Yesterday, like after making the 5-0, we were 62% wins, but yeah, now we're more like around 50. Lost really a lot the last 2 days. Yeah, we're back to 50.7. That's a very big difference from 62. Basically did only losing for 1.5 days. Okay, he plays Elves or Enchantress. Yeah, this is a mulligan. I guess I keep this. I'm gonna bottom that. Opponent has Leyline of Sanctity. I have Leyline of Sanctity, so he's on Enchantress. That's funny. I think in a mirror he's probably the better Enchantress deck. Because he has a lot of things that stop creatures. Actually, I'm not entirely sure, because I can use Parallax Wave. Like, Opalescence turns things into creatures, and I can exile all of them with Parallax Wave. That's... Okay, this must be the funniest match we ever play with this deck. So we have Opalescence, but I'm not sure I want to drop it yet. Oh yeah, I can't play double Silhouette Library here, because I put this on black. The Opalescence I attack, he blocks, yeah, doesn't do anything. I think he plays Helm of Obedience and Rest in Peace and Doomwake Giants, if I remember correctly from watching him on Card Kingdom stream. For mana worship, if you control a creature, so what do we not need? Probably not the Serra Sanctum, and I can probably afford to pay some life to dig a bit deeper. Yeah, this being on black is very annoying, because I can't play this Enchantress Presence without playing, like, I can't Wild Growth an untapped land to play more spells this turn. I could Wild Growth first, but then I miss out on a draw. I think I'm still gonna do that because I don't want to calculate the exact amounts of mana that it's gonna. See, I could play Opalescence here, but he actually has a bigger army, right? And on top is a land. Yeah, I shouldn't have played out the Wild Growth. Definitely a mistake. One of many. Sphere, okay. Ooh, we want to keep all the mana spells, and do I pay extra here? Is there a risk to it? Yeah. They're not putting me under any pressure. And it lets me dig one deeper with Silver Library. So start with Sprawl, put it on green for sure, because we're gonna be needing a lot of green mana today. But my opponent also made a misplay, it turns out. Yeah, I think I keep all the green floating. 6 white should be enough to do anything here. Ooh, we have Parallax Wave, so we can combo him out, right? Do I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? So yeah, I can afford to play the Fertile Ground first. Let's make some more white. Start by playing Parallax Wave, then Opalescence, float a green probably. And I'll exile all of it forever. Okay, that's very unfortunate for my opponent. But I'm not gonna be sad here. Opponent asks if Starfield is one-sided. Yeah, that's one-sided. Because he's on, he might be on Helm of Obedience plan. Maybe I want ley lines here, but that's very dubious. Definitely want Seal of Primordium, kills like basically all of his deck. Seeds of Eidolon of Rhetoric, like we don't need to cast a different spell every turn as much as they do. See, these cards are card disadvantage, so they are on the maybe pile. Replenish. They could have something to destroy our stuff, but it's not so likely. And we could also board in Leyline, Helm Rip, just to kill them with their own medicine. But that might also be a bit too janky. So this is the maybe pile. I start by cutting those, so I have maybe Plague on Human to stop their to kill their Argothians. Sphere of Resistance could slow them down more than it slows down me, but I probably just want Enlightened Tutors here. Actually, no, I definitely don't want to sideboard out any mana. Yeah, this hand is reasonable. Yeah, Sterling Grove could be a problem if they resolve it, because it gives everything Shroud. Like, especially a double. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they're definitely on Leyline Helm, so maybe I should have brought in Leyline of Sanctity, or at least skipped one. So start with Petal. So if I play Windswept Heath and I sprawl it, next turn I'll have a bunch of mana. If I just sprawl it now, I don't actually win anything, right? Yeah, so I'm just gonna fetch a Bayou here and Utopia sprawl it. We'll have enough white, so I'll put it on green. There was the ooh, Seal of Primordium, that's a good card. That's why we also boarded it in. They're gonna be able to kill our Enchantress presence here, but at least we'll get one draw trigger thanks to our what's it called? Lotus Petal. Yeah, I'm really glad I took out Replenish, because if they're on Leyline of the Void, it's very nasty. Like, it doesn't do anything. The opponent, they're stuck on mana though. And they did not kill my thing. So I guess I'll just draw some cards. Maybe they're keeping this in case I have a Leyline. Maybe they're just ramping into Helm of Obedience, if they already have it in hand. Kill my first Enchantress. Which means I can't play this Starfield this turn, so am I playing Opalescence here? I think I am. Because next turn I can play Starfield of Nyx and my Opalescence will be creature as well. And I could potentially start attacking. And just to draw more cards. If they play out Helm here, I need to top deck something or I'm dead. Unfortunately they didn't go Serra's Sanctum, because then Helm of Obedience would be lethal immediately. 4 mana. That looks bad. I don't like 4 mana spells, because they usually kill me. Opponent is attacking me with their Leyline. Makes sense. 4 mana Helm of Obedience. They could have Worship or something bad. Ooh, Cast Out. Take my Opalescence. Oh yeah, that's why they attacked first. Makes total sense. 3, 4, 5. Starfield. I feel like I want to Utopia Sprawl that land before playing a land, because I might want to double Serra's Sanctum in case I draw something with a high green cost. I'll name green again. And I think I have to waste my Serra's Sanctum here just to be able to cast my second presence. I could be dead any turn here, so I just need to apply as much pressure as possible. Enchantress presence. Oh, what version is that? I've never seen it before. It's like a promo, maybe? Let's see. turn off my auto yields. Then I want to enlighten tutor in response to my draw triggers. The question is, what do I tutor for? I could get myself parallax wave, but his stuff is not aren't creatures yet. I could get a cast out just to deal with any of his or Seal of Primordium. Both of them deal with his actually cast out stays permanently, so I probably want a cast out. Let's start by playing the Wild Growth. Probably want to let one resolve before I decide to tutor. Oh, I found another Wild Growth, so I'm gonna sit on my tutor until I run out of draw triggers, like now. Could also get an Opalescence, but that turns on his stuff. Eidolon of Rhetoric, no. Probably a cast out. Just so I don't die to Helm Rip. I don't have any white here, so I need to use my Serra Sanctum. Or I could cast out his cast out, get back my Opalescence and cast my Parallax Wave. Yeah, that's definitely the line. And that's a reason to wait as long as possible with your stuff. Right, we won! Hooray! We're 2-2, so we're back in the game. I think we won 2-0. So the last one is for getting back our entry fee and like making cashing out the league. So we're definitely gonna do our best not to make misplays there. It's a bit unfortunate though, because the changes I made were the Scrubland and Horizon Canopy in the mana base, but I haven't really had a chance of testing out if they're really worth it or if they're just annoying. So, like if I would cut them, I would probably put in a second Savannah, and the Horizon Canopy could be anything. Maybe like another fetch land to make sure we hit all our land drops. Maybe just a Horizon Canopy, maybe 19 lands and a petal is fine. The original deck had 20 lands and no Lotus Petal, so I think we don't want to replace one of the 20 real lands with a petal. Because the deck is kind of prone to mana screw, as you might have seen. Or at least mulligan really badly due to having no landers. Come on, opponent! So I have to decide what I want to play tomorrow. I'm still unsure which of the changes are worth it. It's probably something between this and this, but it's gonna be very tight. And we're playing against Orim 67. I think he was on Dredge, right? It was the Dredge player I played recently. Let's see. Let's try to redeem ourselves. He was, I think he was on Mana Dredge though, so we want to play first. And turn 2 Symbol Library is still okay. Probably a bit slow against like the crazy Dredge opening, but okay. This could potentially be a crazy Dredge opening if he has something like a Faithless Looting. I'm gonna fetch a Savannah here and then play the Scrubland. Like if he doesn't remember my deck, he might think I'm on Maverick or something like that. Discards a Dredger, sure. Okay, he hit the Faithless Looting and another Dredger, so these Lion's Eye Diamonds are going to be... Oh, and the Bridge from below. Yeah, we're definitely not favored from here. We might have to concede to the therapy here. Just not to give him any information. Like there's no way we're beating such a crazy opening. Okay, he has 3 bridges, yeah, makes a bunch of dudes. Don't think we have anything here that gets us out of this, right? We could hit Parallax Wave and a 1-mana enchantment, so we can, like, we could hit a Wild Growth and a Parallax Wave and exile a bunch of his stuff. So the question is, I mean, he's gonna board in some enchantment hate to deal with Rest in Peace anyway, because he sees the colors. So I think, wait, he can therapy again, make another bunch of dudes. So we can't actually win even with Parallax Wave, so I'm gonna concede here. Like, his opening was just too strong. Let's see what Sylvan Library would have drawn us. Yeah, it wouldn't have done anything. So we want Rip, we want... Maybe Sphere of Resistance is okay. They usually only have like 1 or 2 lands, so it could stop their quickest starts. We wanted probably some... yeah, Oblivion Rings are bad. I want to draw Helm of Obedience, so I got the Crewfix inside. Got, I don't know, probably both cast outs. Maybe one replenish. What else? Maybe I want to go full on combo and not like waste my time drawing cards with Enchantress. Then I would bring back in some of these cards. My cast out cycles me into my Rabbit. Replenish gets back Leyline of the Void if they kill it. So I'll put it like this, and or actually Engineered Plague seems sweet as well on the play. Because it deals, you can either shut off Narcomoeba or Icoritz. No, actually I think I just want to go turbo combo. Want to play first? Yes. Leyline of the Void and turn 2 Sylvan Library. Yeah, we have to keep this. I hope my opponent does not have like their 1 Wear Tear in hand. I mean their 1. They probably have like a playset, but let's just hope they don't have it. I already have a lot of white and green, so I'm gonna start with Bayou, in case I ever need to hardcast another Leyline of the Void. And I could even play Opalescence next turn and attack for 4, but that doesn't seem worth it. Like, I'm more likely to die to him having Chain of Vapor here, and then I really need to dig for something. LED, sure. Oh yeah, he doesn't want to discard, probably. Yeah, I need to keep the cards flowing, so I think playing Sylvan Library was the best option. Here I probably want to Leyline of Sanctity, just so he can't play a discard spell. It means I have to wait with Opalescence, but I'm gonna have an extra 4/4 in play, so I think that's not a problem. See, I play a land, I'll have 3. I can play Sylvan Library, I'll have 1 floating, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can play Sylvan Library and Leyline of Sanctity. So I'll put this back and pay for life here. Playing the second Sylvan Library, it does cost me some life. Oh, actually, I got it wrong. I have even 1 more. But yeah, it will deal 2 more damage next turn, so I think it's worth it. Hardcast Narcomoeba. That's when you know they're desperate. Another Leyline. Not really in the market for that. I can already cast double Opalescence here, so I don't need a second Serra Sanctum, and I don't need the second Leyline of the Void. Yeah, he can't kill any of these, so I'm gonna attack. And he should be dead next turn. I don't think there's much he can do here. Like, he could have Echoing Truth for the Opalescences mid-combat, but then he doesn't have an answer to the ley lines, so he should still be dead. I think this was the advantage of not giving information. Like, he didn't know that he would have to mulligan to Enchantment Hate. Do I change anything on the play? Sphere of Resistance seems weaker on the draw. But I'll still keep it in. It might make it slightly harder for him to play like a Wear Tear, or it might also make it harder for me to do something. Okay, this is the same problem we had this last game. I can Enlighten Tutor for Rest in Peace turn 1, like I play Leyline of Sanctity, Serra's Sanctum makes my 1 mana with the Leyline, and I get to Tutor for the Rest in Peace. But last time it didn't win us the game. I think I still have to keep it. But it's quite risky, but mulliganing to the black Leyline is just something that's not... that's just not always possible. Let's see, our opponent is gonna reveal. Okay, he's gonna discard Stinkweed Imp. Yeah, he's gonna be able to dredge. Ooh, he has 2 street raids. Yeah, he's gonna be able to dredge a bunch here. So I have to hope my Rest in Peace is not gonna be too slow. Yeah, I could Therapy sack this, put his Icarus in the graveyard. I definitely wouldn't mind that, because it would mean Rest in Peace hits him harder because he loses more cards. He names, oh yeah, he names Stinkweed Imp. He needs to return it to the graveyard again before he can cycle again, because he's bricking on Dredgers. So you have to hope this Golgari Great Troll doesn't do anything crazy. Oh yeah, he's gonna put his Icarus in the graveyard, so he can exile them to the street raids, and if he hits a bridge from below, he's gonna get a whole lot of tokens. Yep, okay. We are not safe yet here. I could also play land Utopia Sprawl on white, then upkeep Enlightened Tutor. That's gonna advance my own game plan more, right? It would lose to him bouncing the ley line, but I don't think that does anything. So land Utopia Sprawl on white, upkeep Tutor for the Rest in Peace. Serra's Sanctum will make 2 white mana, and I can cast it as well. I think that's a better line. So opponent's gonna exile 2 street raids. Let's hope he does not find the bridge from below. Oh, he's only reanimating 1. And they did not hit. Like, I could actually have died if he would be able to Ashen Rider my land. Let's see, Rest in Peace. Let's make sure we click the right one. Yeah, and this should lock up the game, probably. Have a few turns to draw into like another Wear Tear. But by the time they find it, let's see what I should cast first. Probably the Wild Growth. And we have 7 mana. Playing this lets us attack, but playing this lets us attack for 4 more next turn. Yeah, I think Starfield is the quicker. I think that's a bit better on the clock. Because we get to attack for 6 more here, and if we play this, we get to attack for 4 more next turn. So, ooh, we won the game. Okay, it's possible again to win with the deck. That's I'm glad for that after the bad streak. Let's see if the treasure chest rewards us with anything great. 15 play points. Not awesome, but not the worst chest I've seen. Alright, that's it for today. I'll be playing a version of this tomorrow in paper. So you might, if I'm very lucky, you might see it pop up on like the top MTG top 8, but very unlikely after how we've seen the deck perform. Okay, have a good evening everybody.